Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder with another Reddit story for you. This one is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Refusing to Make Sure Things Are Equal Between My Daughter and Stepdaughter? Diving right in with blended family goodness here. My wife and I each brought a daughter from previous relationships into our marriage. Despite being only a year apart in age, our daughters were completely different, and that's why I'm here. My daughter has always been athletic and outgoing. Growing up, she played basketball, softball, soccer, volleyball, and even golf. That's a lot of extracurricular activities. I'm thinking of the money I got to pay whenever I go to my kids' football games. That sounds expensive. And travel? In middle school, she picked up tennis and never looked back. I paid for her to have private lessons, and when she found out how much I was paying for those lessons, she decided that's what she wanted to do as her teenage job. Okay. She's now a junior, is one of the best players on her high school team, and teaches tennis lessons. She teaches elementary school kids and charges $75 per hour per kid. Damn! I want to be a tennis instructor. With her skills and outgoing personality, she has a waiting list of kids and makes about $1,200 a week. Damn! She's a junior in high school making $1,200 a week working part-time. What are we doing with our lives? I have the same feelings about hearing that as I do watching like the NPC people doing the TikTok thing. You know what I'm talking about. What are we doing? She could make more, but I limit her hours so that she can concentrate on school. My stepdaughter is reserved and not very athletic. We always tried to sign her up to the same sport and team with my daughter, but she either objected or quit a couple of weeks in. I get it, sports is not for everyone, so I never made her feel bad about it. She recently turned 16 and got a job at a burger place nearby. She's making $13 an hour and brings home less than $200 a week. My daughter recently decided that she wants to be independent by buying her clothes and electronics with her own money. Obviously, she can afford the latest styles and gadgets. She recently bought herself the top-of-the-line Mac. My stepdaughter is jealous of her sister and has been very vocal about it. While we were in bed last night, my wife said it was unfair one is making so much more than the other. It's unfair that one is making so much more than the other? This is not where I thought this was going. I answered that there's nothing we can do about it, and it's a good life lesson for the girls. My wife then suggested we have my daughter use her money to help my stepdaughter buy the same things, or we cover and pay the difference between the girls. That's not a valuable life lesson. You know what? OP's daughter, there's more to the story, but I have to stop. I have to soapbox for a second because you know what? OP's daughter who has found something that she can do and earn good money and excel at and not burn herself on and enjoy and live the kind of life that she wants to do. You know what? We're going to penalize you for that. We're going to penalize you for succeeding. How do you like that? How is that going to change the rest of your life? Are you going to be as driven to succeed now? Probably not. Oh, why? Because you're penalized every time you do it? Oh, gotcha. Redonkulous. I laughed because I thought she was joking, but she wasn't. We whisper argued for about an hour before we went to sleep. This morning, she brought it up again and said that I'm refusing because I'm playing favorites, and that's an asshole move for a parent. We argued until we had to leave for work. Update. Thanks for reading my post and giving me your input. I've read through most of the replies during my lunch, and I'll get through the rest after work. I'll answer some common questions. We tried to sign my stepdaughter up for those same sports as my daughter because we thought it would be a bonding experience. We also wanted to get her out of the house and to meet people because she spends most of her time in her room playing World of Warcraft. We didn't make her participate, but we asked that she try things for at least a couple of weeks, then she could quit if she wanted to. We tried to get her to sign up for things that she enjoys, but she always refuses. Okay, that's an important note. Before getting this job, she spent much of her free time playing games, so I'm at a loss to think of any marketable skills she could leverage into tutoring. Okay, that's the end. And I'm glad that there was this clarification at the end because up to this point, it sounded like OP and his partner had only tried to sign her up for sport-related things that his bio daughter was pursuing, and that's horseshit. My big angle there would be what is your bonus daughter passionate about? Because that's the thing that you need to be supporting and nurturing here. Your daughter, your bio daughter. I hate saying bio daughter, but your daughter, she had a passion for sports. She had a passion for tennis, and she decided she wanted to do this thing, so you nurtured it. She made that decision. Your bonus daughter has to make a decision as well that she wants to pursue something so that you can water that for her, so that you can nurture that for her and push it in that direction. She can't just be pissed without being passionate about anything. Now, gaming is a marketable skill. That's one pushback that I do have for OP here. Gaming is a marketable skill, particularly in today's world. And I think there's more insulation for that skill set because it taps into a worldwide audience than there are many other jobs with economical downturns. I think because you have a worldwide audience, I think you have more insulation to economical fluctuations. But gaming is a marketable skill. You've got streaming you can pursue. She's really good at gaming. They have esports teams at school. She could maybe not tutor kids in gaming, but streaming and showing people how to do things, that is a common way that people have made really big impacts on, and she could end up with a similar kind of income as the other daughter has if she decided to pursue that. So this is a tough position for OP to be in because the whole problem here is that his partner is pissed off that his daughter, her bonus daughter, is making more because she made a decision and decided to pursue that. That is not OP's fault. I don't think you can penalize him for that. And I sure as shit don't think you can penalize her for that. You can't penalize a kid for being passionate about something and for pursuing something because the other one hasn't done that yet. That is not the life lesson that you want to teach them. She has to be passionate about something enough to want to do it. OP said earlier on that as soon as he told her how much he was spending on the lessons that he was paying for her, that's when she decided that's what she wanted to do. So years later, she ran in that direction for tennis and then became a tennis instructor part-time here and now is making $1,200 a week. That is her initiative. She decided to do that. Okay, so the question in the story is, am I the astronaut for refusing to make sure things are equal between my daughter and stepdaughter? I think it's a misleading question because as long as you are making sure that the things that you provide are equal, I think you're okay. You cannot make sure that the things that they provide to themselves are equal. There's no way that you can control that. If you try to control it now, what happens whenever she turns 18 and leaves? And also, you incentivize her to do that sooner. If you punish her for doing this, you can only do it when she's under your roof, right? So she's going to get the hell out of there as fast as she can. There's no way that this would be an okay thing to do at all. So NTA for OP here. We need to talk about mom, though. We need to talk about mom because mom's pushing hard for this. Mom wants OP's daughter, her bonus daughter, to pay for her daughter to have the same things that she has. And that requires some discussion here. Where does mom land for this? It's at least a 2. At least a 2. I think it's a terrible thing to suggest. I don't know that she's evil, but man, it's awfully close to a 1. I'm giving her some grace here by only putting her at an ASCON 2. I think it is a terrible thing to do to a child. It is particularly a terrible thing to try to do to your bonus child in a blended family. I think it sends a terrible message to both the child and your partner and your bio child. It's a mess waiting to happen. And the fact that that's what you think would be fair here is a problem. This may end up being you guys need therapy if only for mediation kind of conversation here. And that's rough.